Hello, greetings and salutations. Welcome back to the BFC. What's going on, BFC community? I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to do a brief Monday update, but before I do, join me live this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to be chilling and covering the most recent updates on a ton of stocks, as well as going in depth on a couple new investments that I could see growing substantially long term. Now, that's just my opinion. This is not financial advice. I'm just sharing my passion with you, and I'm glad for every one of you that have hit subscribe and have joined me on this journey. Now, there is so much going on, and there have been plenty of catalysts for many of these companies coming in, and I'm doing my best to keep up. But today, I want to talk about QIND. Now, contrary to what many think, they aren't uplisting to avoid defaulting on liabilities. The acquisitions, as well as the planned uplist for QIND plus an offering, is something that will bring in enough money to pay for the part of the Quality International payments. They need to do this for the first three tranches, two of which have already been paid. Also, these tranches should be able to be covered in large part from Quality International's own earnings, and they did discuss this before. That's how I and others understood JP when he explained it. I did ask a question regarding the tranche payments during our second interview. This is what he had to say. Take a look. Could you talk about the tranche payments? Just to clarify, a lot of people think that the deal isn't happening. It's off the table. Could you just clarify to some people that may be confused and explain to them, and maybe I don't want to say the word dumb it down, but like explain it like 101 style, how this tranche system is going to work, and is QIND just waiting for the signatures?
Yeah, I mean, I find it quite, I don't know if it's hilarious or just plain sad, but I myself am quite confused when people will spend the time, taking to Twitter, posting various things, or taking to whatever medium to posting various things, as opposed to just reading the 8K, just reading the attachment on the 8K, read the terms. What does it say? It says, upon execution of the closing documents on or before the 18th of January, 2023, and so on and so forth. I don't have it in front of me now, but I can tell you that's what it says, right? So the closing documents were a number of documents: the shareholders agreement, the escrow agreement, was the board resignations and appointments. Those are three sets of documents that we felt, and by when I say we, both parties, Quality International and ourselves, felt we could achieve the closing of those documents, the execution of those closing documents by the 18th of January 2023. We did not achieve that. Why? Because it's mountains of paperwork and we were overly optimistic. Both parties were overly optimistic in the execution of those closing documents. They have now since been executed, by the way, and we were in a position to pay the second tranche payment prior to signing the share purchase agreement. That funding was already arranged, and there was term sheets and things like that signed prior to the share purchase agreement being signed. So for all those people who were upset about the delay in the signing of the share purchase agreement, that was primarily because we were getting all of our ducks in a row prior to signing. We didn't react because of people telling us we needed to get certain things done by certain dates. We followed the process that we needed to follow. We got everything agreed, everything properly in place. We signed the share purchase agreement. Then we began working on the various documents from there on. That's the various closing documents. As I said, those have since been completed, executed. And just look out for, the various communications through the appropriate channels, 8K, press release, things like that. So, I can understand why people might, for example, get that confused. They just see a date, and then a date is a date. Well, if you read further, you will see that there's a couple of things linked to the date. You would also see that there's nothing in regards to a breach if that date was not met. The important thing is that we get a shareholders agreement in place that governs how we operate together as shareholders of the company, smoothly going forward. This is a $270 million company. It's a company with over $150 million in current purchase orders. Its pipeline is ridiculous, and now should we just bow down to a bunch of people that are saying, this must be done, tell us about this, tell us about it? No, we're running a $270 million company, and we have to do that properly. That falls flat if it's not done properly long after most shareholders involved in this company may still be around. The people in particular that complain the ones that are raising all the noise are not people that will be around in 2 years' time when we're still running a company, when I'm still having to sit on the board of that company and agree operational matters with that company. Right? Sorry, I know I've
No,
digressed a fair bit, but people need
that's
to
fine.
understand this is real business. This is not speculation about a merger coming into an OTC company. This is a real company that's been around for a long time, and we have to run it properly. And I'm not going to sit and sign things for the sake of someone spouting nonsense on Twitter. It's just not going to happen. We're running a proper business. We've built a proper business in a fairly short period of time. And if we don't pay special attention to every little detail, we'll fall flat as a company. So we're not making those mistakes because of public pressure. So I'm hoping I've made myself clear in that regard. There's a lot more to it than that. But as I said, those documents have been executed. We're not going to be rushed. Even the Quality International board was not going to be rushed. I'm taking a seat on that board. I'm going to be chairman of that board. We've got a strong team around me. We have to do things properly. We're just not going to be, rushed for the sake of people pushing us. Ultimately, you would thank us, and I think the long-term shareholders would thank us, and I think all shareholders would thank us for doing it the appropriate way and making sure that we've got rock solid foundations underneath us as we push forward.
So as you heard, the second tranche was paid. I know we will get more info as time goes on, and I look forward to more progress. Let's take a look at their latest press release with some amazing confirmations. QIND confirms its first quarter 2023 results with increased net profit margin and positive outlook for 2023 quarter-on-quarter growth, and it basically talks about how they are laying a solid foundation to uplist to the New York Stock Exchange American in the summer of 2023. And let's look at the nuts and bolts of this report. QIND reported quarter 1 2023 revenue of $18.1 million with a net profit of $2 million. This represents a net profit margin of 11.1% for the first 3 months ended March 31st, 2023, compared to a 10.3% net profit margin for the year 2022. QIND is optimistic about quarter 1 versus quarter 2 of 2022 for its growth of its acquisitions, which is most relevant when analyzing and improving the progress of its operations. So with customer behavior varying between quarters due to seasonal and cyclical trends, the third and fourth quarters, as we know and as they mentioned before, of the year are often strongest for business and especially in the industrial and manufacturing industries. It goes on, as was the trend with its quarter-on-quarter growth in 2022, and given its current order book and opportunity pipeline, the company expects this cyclical trend, I can't say cyclical today, cyclical, come on, get with it, cyclical trend to continue through 2023 and beyond. Let's move on here. QIND's acquisition Quality International increased its quarter 1 2023 revenue by more than 200% over quarter 1 2022. That is substantial. And it says, having received a further $40 million in new purchase orders during the first quarter, the company has a current order book of $180 million purchase orders in hand, which it expects to deliver to customers during the 2023 and 2024. All right. Based on the status of current opportunities in its sales pipeline, Quality International expects to obtain a further $250 million in new purchase orders for delivery in 23, 24, and 2025. This is absolutely amazing. This is not mom and pop stuff. This is big business, and this is only one part of the ILUS conglomerate. Here's a quote from JP. We are pleased with this solid first quarter performance, which confirms that our quarterly progress is in line with our forecast for 2023 and beyond, as was the case in 2022. Although now with heightened demand and a larger order book, we anticipate impressive quarter-on-quarter growth through the course of the year. Awesome stuff. So there's a ton going on with QIND, and remember, ILUS has a majority stake in them. They are part of the ILUS umbrella, and this is just going to be huge, and the numbers are massive. This is a massive company. And don't forget, we still have, as an ILUS holder, you got to understand, you got ERT, you got Hyperion, you got Replay Solutions. There is so much going on with this company. We are so early in this. So that's all I got. I hope you guys have a great day. Remember, join me live on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'd love to have you there. It's going to be an open chat. Bring your thoughts. All right. Remember, there's more that binds us than breaks us. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.